Now that the Resident Evil 4 Remake along with the Separate Ways DLC has come and gone, we wanted to dive into Albert Wesker's plan leading into a potential Resident Evil 5 remake. Starting off, in the ending of the main campaign in the RE4 Remake, we have a quick glimpse of Albert Wesker's computer screen. If you freeze it here, you can see a multitude of things, such as the flowers, aka the Stairway of the Sun, aka the progenitor virus that is found in Africa where RE5 takes place. You also see a picture of Excella Gione, who is an accomplice of Albert's, and she's also the CEO of Tricell's African division. To the top right we can see a picture of what could be Chris Redfield from Resident Evil Revelations 1. The attire looks identical to what Chris wore during the snowy portion of the game. That being a picture of Chris makes sense, since after the events of Resident Evil Revelations 1, Chris and Jill both find the whereabouts of Spencer at his other location. This is the setting for the Lost in Nightmares DLC for RE5. They also run into Albert there as well, and the ordeal ends with Jill sacrificing herself and leaping with Wesker out of a window, and she's presumed dead. Then years later, RE5's main story happens. We also noticed on the top left there is a picture that is more than likely the image of a young Oswald E. Spencer and Miranda from back in the day that can be seen in Resident Evil Village. It is found on a table in Mother Miranda's lab during Chris's playable portion near the end of RE8's campaign.
One thing we know for a fact about Albert's plan is that he is going to use Krauser to sample the Las Plagas. In the transcript for the file, the Amber Research Report number 14 in the Separate Ways DLC, it states, "It was wise to choose Krauser as the guinea pig. The others were too suspicious, but Krauser's incessant lust for power was more than enough to convince him to take part in my experiments. The results have been excellent. The growth of the superior species can now easily surpass that of a regular parasite. He is without a doubt one of the most powerful people I have ever seen." This was signed by Anabel Garcia Escudero. This explains that Krauser holds high power with the Las Plagas. Another file found in the Separate Ways DLC called Last Line of Defenses states, "Leon hasn't been dealt with. I have set up camp beside the ruins so I can lure him in to finish things once and for all. Security at the loading docks have also been put on high alert in case he bypasses the area, and a rocket launcher team has been deployed. The custom red warheads are also on standby. But the rookie isn't the only reason I'm improving our defensive capabilities. Some group is drawing closer to the island to steal the holy body, and I'm pretty sure I know who. Without these warheads, I'm going to have a hard time getting rid of these intruders. Then again, even with them." This file shows that Krauser is aware of Albert's presence. In the original RE4, Krauser was working under Albert, following his incident in Darkside Chronicles. In this remake, he is not working under him, his loyalty under Los Illuminados. This also shows that Krauser knew about Albert's power, him stating that a warhead that could blow up tanks wouldn't be enough. There is also a cutscene in Separate Ways, where Wesker smiles at Krauser from a distance. In the last cutscene, he acquired Jack's body. Seemingly, he will use him to extract the Plaga sample.
Due to Ada being infected by Pasanta, whose power is unique, Albert acquired a sample of her blood too. In the same scene where Albert is eyeing Ada, he holds her at gunpoint. Ada states, "Whose blood are you here for this time? Mine or Sadler?" She goes on to say, "You think that gun is going to be enough?" To which he replies, "Interesting. There are many ways you can interpret this. 1. Wesker knew she killed Pasanta, which would remove the parasite. 2. He knew about her involvement with Luis, a man who could supply suppressants and remove the parasite. 3. He could have taken her statement as her still being infected." With everything that was established and changed in the RE4 remake with Wesker's involvement being different than in the original RE4, I think it's safe to say that an RE5 remake is more than likely on the way at some point in the foreseeable future. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, comment down below, and with that being said, have a good day.